trick. On a separate axis, sketch the following. Each sketch show clearly the coordinates, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so look, I'll do them in different colors. So what you have is you have this kind of quadratic shape. Here is point A, 0, and then here is A over 3B. This is your Y, and this is your X. Red. Sketch. So what does minus fx do? Flips it. So you would need to draw this and put this point down here. That's an A over 3. I can write that better. That's an A over 3 with a minus B. Okay, what does the next one do? I'll do it in blue. Not quite. Compresses at 2 units. So the graph would look like this. Hang on, let me try that again. Well, firstly, this would be here at A over 2, 0, and then this point will be moved over to here to A over 6, B. And the 0 is still at the 0. So there it is there. Okay, and then that part 3 now. So I've done part 1, part 2. Part 3, actually part 3, that's interesting. They tell you, draw fx. But you're thinking, but they gave me fx, here it is here. But they want you to draw the rest of it. Well, how are you supposed to draw the rest of it if you don't have the formula? But they say in the question that fx is odd. So if it's an odd function, what does that mean for the graph? If it's odd, what happens? Is it the same, or is it in the corner? Yeah, it's going to, if it's odd, it's going to look like this. This point here will be minus A0, and then this point here will be minus A over 3 minus B. Yeah, it'd be like 2 hills. You know, 8 marks, that's not so bad. Can I go to the B part? Yeah. So B part 1, what is the inverse of which function g? Okay, so gx equals ex plus 4. What's the inverse? You remember how to do this one? Yeah, so then we have log y equals x plus 4. X equals log y minus 4. So the, g inverse x equals log x minus 4. Okay, can I go to the next part? So the next part is they want the range for h. So what does the range mean?
Y.
The y value. So a very, very quick sketch here. It's a quadratic, so it's a U-shape. This quadratic has 2 roots. The first root is at 0, and the second root is at 5. If you don't believe me, you can solve it yourself on your calculator. So when you look at the quadratic, it goes like this. But they say that x is positive, so that means the domain is in blue here. This is the domain. So then in red, that's the range. That's from this here all the way up to infinity. So, we really want to know what this minimum point is here so we can get this. Well, the minimum point is not so difficult to get because if you have x squared minus 5x, you just need a quick derivative here. What's that? 2x minus 5. So no surprises for guessing that the minimum happens in the middle here. If you put 2.5 in, you can get the y. So if I put 2.5 into here, 2.5 squared minus 5 times 2.5, so this number here is minus 25 over 4. So the range is minus 25 over 4 to infinity.
Only 1 mark.
I know, it's terrible actually. Only 1 mark for this. It's terrible. I think it should be more than 1 mark because you have to do a few things to get to the answer. Normally 1 mark questions should be questions that you can do almost without calculating. If anything, this should be 2 or even 3 marks. But, oh well. I mean, the question hasn't been that difficult so far. The lastly is solve GH equals 1. So last piece of business here for this question, solve for G of H of X equal to 1. So H is x squared minus 5x, and G is e power x plus 4. So how do I cancel the e?
Log.
Log. So in fact, if you put log on both sides, you'll get this. But this makes sense, because the only way to make e equal to 1 is if the power is 0 anyways. But if you didn't remember that, you just need to put log on both sides. And now this is just a boring quadratic. X minus 4, x minus 1.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The first one, the one with the range. If, for example, we use 0, because they said x is greater than or equal to 0.
Yeah.
So if we put 0, we're going to get 0 as far as the
Yep. Most students make this mistake in the exam. They thought it'd be enough to put 0 in and see what that answer is, and so the range would be this number to infinity. So half the class said the range was 0 to infinity, which is wrong, because when you look at the graph, the range is from down here up. When you put 0 in, what you're doing is you're saying that the range is from here up. But in fact, the graph can be negative. If you put in values of 1, 2, 3, or 4 into this function, they are negative. So the range can't be just the positive numbers. Like if I put in 1 here, I'll get minus 4. But I kind of understand why people did that, because it was only 1 mark. Maybe they thought it should be quick, so they said, oh, I'll just do this. But no, half the class got that 1 mark wrong. Do we use both of these answers? I don't know, because the question says x should be positive. Oh, well, they are both positive. So yeah, we can use both of these answers. Yeah? Sounds like you have a question. Alright. So all we have left to do here is B4 and B5, and then this paper is finished.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, how many exams are in the revision book I gave you?
8.
8, is it?
from 2008.
Isn't it? Yeah. There's 8 in the book. I think so. It's, I gave you 2008. 2000, you have 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you have 7 in the book. And then this one here makes 8.